All right, I've been following a story for a couple days this week. There's this guy. His last name is Bonfius. Okay, Bonfius. You call him Aurora Man. The Aurora Borealis that you see that they talk about the Northern Lights, the South Pole of Saturn is what creates the North Pole Aurora, not the sun like you're thinking. It's Saturn. Go look up the South Pole Aurora Borealis on Saturn. Okay? It's the connection between this planet and that planet. It creates vortexes. That's why when Obama was up in Norway, you saw the spiral. This guy is down in the South Pole. Now, what the videos that I did about the South Pole? Cern has an operation down there called Operation Ice Cube. Well, what are they looking for? They're looking for negative neutrinos. You know, what's negative neutrinos? Negative neutrinos are dark matter. Well, what is dark matter? It's the dark side. And so what they've done is they found this cube that's buried almost 2 miles down in the ice. Well, why is it buried down there? Because I think the creator stuck it down there with all them fucking things down in there to keep it from ever being found. Somewhat like the story of, you know, when you put the genie in the bottle and you throw it in the ocean because hopefully nobody will ever find it, but some asshole always does, and they open it and here you got all the problems. So basically, if you go and you read this story, the wording is very weird. The man's name, Bonfius, has to do with it's in German, and I'll show it to you. It's in German. What a surprise. Okay, the guy's name is Bonfius, okay? If we look at the word Bonfius, here's what it means. They changed it. They put an S on the end of it, but it's Bonfia. I have a friend in Germany. She translated it. Some of the stuff is translatable, but and it's broken. It's not word for word, but basically we know what a vulva is. It's a female, and we have hell. These two words are spelled out exactly the same way. So remember when I told you there's a birth coming on, a new man, a new birth, a creation? This is what's going on with Operation Ice Cube that's being funded by Cern, which is the unlocking of these things, these cubes. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. In my opinion, the Old Testament is the writings of the quasi-enemy. I do not believe that Noah's Ark was an ark of humanity. If you go look at go look up the Ark of Gilgamesh. Remember Noah's Ark? They always show it as a boat. Go look at the writings from Gilgamesh and see what the Ark was. The Ark was a big cube. It's a big cube. A matter of fact, here I'll get you a picture of it right now. Okay, here's Noah's Ark from the rendition from Gilgamesh. Interesting that it's a cube, and I believe this is the real Ark because it follows along with everything else these cocksuckers are doing, which is a square or a cube. It wasn't a boat. It was a fucking cube. Now, where's this thing doing buried down 2 miles down in the fucking ice? Okay, I think it was supposed to stay there. Okay? If you read the story, the guy's down there with 72 people, he says. 72. In the Hebrew, you've got the 42-letter name of God, and you've got the 72-letter name of God, and it goes on up. But you've got the 72-letter name of God. Okay? He says he's down there, and it's interesting because he points out that he's down there with 200,000 penguins. 200,000 penguins. Penguins, black and white. Phoenician, Masonic, Hebrew. 200,000. Why is that word important? I'm about to show you. Okay, here it says, a week ago we were in a colony of 200,000 penguins. Here on South Georgia, something phenomenal. Then all hell broke loose. Really? Interesting. So he's usually, the key words here is hell, okay, and 200,000. In the German word of his name, you have hell and vulva. So it's the rebirth. It's 200,000, and he said last week all hell broke loose. So let's see why that 200,000 is important. Here we see from the book of Revelation, chapter 9, from the King James. It said, like locusts, the swarms, they swarmed in all directions, and no village was missed, and was missed by their mark. Their number was 200,000. Biblically, insects are representative of demons or demonic entities. That fucking cube down in the South Pole that Cern has been fucking with to break open, okay, is what is fucking holding. It's a containment facility. Who put them in there? My guess is the creator. Were they put down there and hidden under the ice all these years? Well, they were either deliberately put there hoping to never to be found, or they were put there to not be found until a particular time. But it's getting very clear what's going on here with CERN looking for the God particle, because it's the God of this world. It's not the creator. These neutrino things, which are dark matter, and the demonic entities that are about to come onto this planet. Okay, here we have just showing you Operation Ice Cube. It's a neutrino detector, but if you go read about it, you'll find out they're looking for negative neutrinos, because they're very, very hard to get, because it's dark matter. It's fucking evil. It's the fucking dark side. Now I want to show you the cover, it's the cover of the inside cover of the New Yorker from March 5th, and we'll show you how Saturn and this thing is hooked together. Okay, this is the New Yorker, March 5th, 2012. If we look at the yellow brick road, you follow it, you got the first loop. The second, as you start up the second loop, you'll see it says center of the earth. You follow it around, it goes to 55th Street, and then where does it go? It goes to Saturn. Now, do you think this shit's by accident? No, fuck no, it ain't. Okay, here's the detector that's sitting down 1.6 to 2 miles down. And look at the design, and I'm going to show you where this design comes from. Okay, this fucking thing is sitting way, way down in there, and there's dudes inside of it. This thing isn't small; it's huge. Okay, so this is the thing that's sitting down in the. This thing is in Italy. This isn't in the South Pole, but this thing is in Italy. It's the thing that you saw that said at the center of the Earth, because Italy is called the land of Saturnia, and so Saturn is called the center of the universe. So it's Italy, basically, is what we're talking about here. This thing is sitting in the Gran Sasso Mountains, 1.6 miles down. Okay? Now, I'm going to highlight the design on the outside. Okay, so here we have, this is the close-up, I outlined it. So here we have a triangle, a square, and a square, which it could be a circle if I didn't outline it, but it's really two squares. So when you look at the North Pole of Saturn, you'll see that there's a hexagon, but then there's a smaller hexagon on the inside. Okay? So the square, or the hexagon, and the triangle, where did that come from? That comes from the Temple of Baal. Okay? And that all goes back to Saturn. So what do we have going here? Something that's not good. These are things that are helping open up this pit, as the young lady said. And I want you to look real close. This is North Pole of Saturn. You see the hexagon? On the inside, there's another one. But what's more interesting is if you look, it creates a 6. You see it? If you turn it upside down, it creates a 9. Can you see it? It's like it's laying on its side. But it also looks like the letter G, which is what you'll see on the inside of the Masonic logo. So it's that little guy right in the middle. It looks like the letter G, or it looks like a 6, or it looks like a 9. Those numbers 69 are associated with Saturn. 6 and 9. It says, Bonefield's last words before hanging up. Wish us luck. The next boat is better than this one. Where does the boat fit in the occult? I know that you had to pay the ferryman to get to the other side on the River Styx, which is death. If you don't pay, if you pay him before you get to the other side, you might not make it. Okay, this story reeks of occultism. Just like everything that fucking Fox News does with their Kabbalistic Fox 666. I mean, wake the fuck up. I mean, I don't even know how many of you on my fucking page are even human to begin with. Not many, I'm sure. But for those of you that are you starting to get the gist of what's going on? This is from the JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Their dimensions of the hexagon, width, height, and depth, are listed as 15,000 going in every direction, which creates a cube. These are the dimensions from Revelations 21 when John was told to measure the kingdom of heaven. Here's its dimensions. They're both 15,000 miles square cubed.
Let's open up this package.